Pain in the spinothalamic tract. The spinothalamic tract carries pain and temperature, two general somatic sensors. Receptors of somatic sensory neurons are located in the skin, tendons and muscles, ligaments, and joints. The receptors receive the pain stimulus. This sensory neuron is the first order neuron in the sensory pathway. The neuron transmits information back to its associated spinal nerve in the central nervous system. Sensory nerves have their cell bodies located in the dorsal root ganglia. The axons of the somatic sensory nerves terminate in the dorsal horn, where they synapse to the second order neuron. The information of pain has now been transmitted from the periphery to the spinal cord. We will not be aware of pain until this information reaches the cortex. The second order neuron decussates and crosses over to the ventrolateral funiculus on the contralateral side. Decussation refers to the action of crossing the midline. Second order neurons collate in the ventrolateral funiculus in the white matter to form the ascending spinothalamic tract. At the level of the thalamus, the axons of the second order neurons terminate and synapse over to the third order neuron. The third order neuron delivers the information of pain to the somatosensory cortex. Let's now move on to the 2-point discrimination in the dorsal column tract. The dorsal column tract, or DCT, is also an ascending sensory tract. This tract carries general sensations of 2-point discrimination, proprioception, pressure, vibration, and discriminative touch. Let's focus on the sensation of 2-point discrimination on the lower limbs. Receptors of the first order neurons receive this stimulus. The first order neuron follows pretty much the same route as a first order neuron in the spinothalamic tract to reach the dorsal horn of the grey matter in the spinal cord. They do not synapse at the dorsal horn, however. Instead, they collate at the dorsal funiculus of the white matter ipsilaterally to form the DCT. The gracile fasciculus starts at the lower levels of the spinal cord, sacral segments, and above. The gracile fasciculus carries sensory information from the lower parts of the body, such as the lower limbs. The fasciculus cunatus, however, only appears at the upper thoracic and cervical letters. The fasciculus cunatus carries sensory information from the upper limbs. The axons of first order neurons carrying the sensory information of 2-point discrimination start ascending ipsilaterally in the fasciculus gracilis of the dorsal column tract. At the cervical spinal levels, the fasciculus cunatus appears and the fasciculus gracilis gets pushed towards the midline. These two fasciculi then ascend together towards the medulla of the brainstem. They then synapse respectively into the nucleus gracilis and the nucleus cunatus. The job of the second order neuron is to decussate and carry information to the thalamus. After decussation, the dorsal column tract is now called the medial lemniscus tract. The axons of the second order neurons reach the thalamus VPN, where they synapse over to third order neurons. The third order neurons then carry sensory information to the somatosensory cortex. You are now aware of being prodded by the pro.